What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to talk about the difference between polygamy and polyamory and which one works better for narcissists. Now, before I get into the video, I would like to thank you all for stopping by. And if you find the content helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Now, the definition of polygamy usually describes a person married to more than one person. And it is also the opposite of monogamy, whereas one person is married to one spouse only. Now, when a woman is married to more than one man, it's called polyandry. Polyamory is having open relationships with more than one person at one time, and they are fine with their partners having multiple partners. Now, in my views and opinions, which is stated in the disclaimer of all of my videos, I don't practice polygamy or polyamory. I'm into monogamy. I only want one partner, and they should only want me. Now, this is why I believe in monogamy, because I have a hard time just being around a lot of people. This is just me personally. And taking on all that energy is a lot. It's a lot to handle at one time. I choose not to juggle all that. But that's my preference. And that's what I believe in works best for me. And this is why I believe that polygamy works better for narcissists. Because narcissists are known to be selfish, self-centered, grandiose, and entitled. So why wouldn't they want this? If you look at polyamory, it's more open, which gives other partners freedom of choice, which is something narcissists go against. Narcissists love to be in control and have power over other people. So being the head of multiple partners, that's where they want to be. Whereas their partners are not allowed to have multiple partners. They would rather it just be one way, and that's their way. That's mostly what they prefer. Anything outside of that takes away their ability to control. And when they feel like they have lost control, they feel like they have lost the game. Because everything is a game to narcissists. Everything is competition. And as long as they have, more than what the next person does, they feel like they're winning. And it doesn't matter how they get it. Even if they cheat and they lie, they'll steal. As long as the amount exceeds anyone else's, in their mind, they're winning. Now, I judge not. To each his own. At the end of the day, all that we do is between us and God. I prefer one partner who only prefers me. I believe in marriage between a man and a woman. Again, that's me. I know that the video is not just about, my opinion. But I'm just letting you know, aside from how I feel about what narcissists want and why it works for them. Narcissistic individuals that try their hardest to convince others that polygamy is what God intended for men. I study a lot of what I see. I listen clearly, and I notice a pattern of these same type of people, singing that same song. That's why I say narcissistic individuals try their hardest to convince others that that's what God intended. But you can't manipulate me into your sick beliefs. Like, that's my opinion again, okay? And I look at that as a huge form of manipulation, selfishness, and greed. And this is why I think it works better for narcissistic men. Same for women who practice polyandry. Again, this is my thoughts, views, and opinions. So yeah, I'm taking it there. And y'all could argue with yourself in the comment section if you want to. I'm not arguing my opinion with anyone. We should be able to agree to disagree peacefully. You could tune in or tune out. I'm not forcing anybody to be here. It's all in the title. I believe in obeying the laws of the land. That's my beliefs. And if the laws of the land states that marriage should be between man and woman, then that's what I live by. Not only that, that's what I want. Again, even if it's not the laws of the land, I don't like to be bothered with a lot of people at one time, let alone in a relationship with more than one man. That's just not for me, And so, with that being said, that's what I live by. If you choose not to, then that's on you. But you won't convince me that that's, that I shouldn't follow the rules. Because narcissists do that. They want you to go with everything that they say and what they choose to do. They don't like you to have freedom of choice. Narcissists have a hard time following rules themselves. So this is why anything other than monogamy works for them. Narcissists are known to cheat. They hide what they do outside of their relationships because in their mind, they're entitled to have as many partners as they want. It has a lot to do with abandonment issues. It has a lot to do with that. It has a lot to do with them just looking for love in the wrong way. It probably has a lot to do with their upbringing and abuse. And a lot of times a narcissist look for love in the wrong way. And they abuse their ability. Like when they find the person that's good for them, they don't know how to accept it. That's why they abuse it. They misuse their powers in a relationship to be able to say, okay, well, this is a new beginning for me. This is, this is a good thing. It's all for me. This is my person. I want a committed relationship, a marriage, a long term with this one person. That's not enough for a narcissist. It'll never be enough for a narcissist. One person is never enough. Anything you do for narcissists is never good enough. They'll always look for something more that pleases them at the end of the day. It's all about what pleases them. They live for the moment. And the moment they get bored, they venture off in search of new supply. And this is why polygamy works better for narcissists, because they like to keep their highest source of supply right where they can, in reach, right where they know they are not going anywhere. They like to put them away and isolate them from the world, but also keep the blinders on them so they won't know what they're doing on the outside. They manipulate them and, just brainwash them into thinking that everything is good. You don't have anything to worry about. That's how narcissists operate when it comes to polygamy relationships, marriages. They're allowed to have multiple partners, but they go against their partners having multiple partners because it takes away their supply. That's why they it works for them that way. And again, it's a deep-rooted issue. They have anger issues. They have abandonment issues. It has a lot to do with abuse, their upbringing. It's a deep-rooted issue. Like, what's the point of being that selfish? Why can't one be enough? Like, you can't claim to not, you can't claim to, oh, I don't like to be around a lot of people. I can't handle it. And, but at the same time, when it comes to, as long as I can only have it my way, then it works for me. But you still have to stretch yourself to multiple people. You have to make sure everybody's straight. That's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. Why do you want that? And that's why I say it only works for narcissistic people. Because any normal person that's in their right mind, they wouldn't even want to take on the responsibility of dealing with more than one partner. It's going to get chaotic, especially when it comes to polygamy with the men and multiple women. The women are going to get catty. They're going to get competitive. They're going to get jealous. They're going to want you to themselves. And I know that they have their little rules and their little triangle to where you're going to have your chance. And this is her day. And tomorrow be your who want? I guess I just can't make sense of it because it just doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to make sense. Again, it's just my views and opinions. You don't have to agree with it. It's okay. It's okay. The world is going to keep spinning. It's not going to stop because we don't agree. But anyway, that concludes this video. Just wanted to put that out there real quick. I was just thinking, every time I notice or when I see these type of relationships, whether the people are married or not, I always just kind of study the personality. And they are very narcissistic, these people who want polygamy, who's into all that. I really noticed that about them. I haven't run across any. I haven't. If you know of any, you could mention it down below in the comment. But I haven't just ran across not one person who's not narcissistic and just so, egotistical to where they just feel like they are God's gift to the world. I haven't ran across any who's not like that and want multiple partners. Unless they are polyamory, and that's just an open relationship. I mean, anybody who's you can look at it as people who are just dating. I'm dating. I'm not in a relationship. There's nothing set in stone. I'm not with you. You're not with me. We're dating. But even those type of situations have rules, because if you and I are dating, then you shouldn't be in a relationship with someone else. If that's the case, that means you're cheating. So as long as people are open and honest with each other, then it shouldn't be a problem. But when you really look at the selfishness of a narcissist, polygamy is what they want the most. They want to be in control. They want to control this narrative that this is the way to be and you should want me. They like to promise you the world. Notice that. I do this for her and I do that for her. Those are the men now. And I'm telling you what I've seen, what I've studied. More than one case. I ran across these type men very narcissistic personalities. I've done this and I've done that. I'll do it for you if you just let me have you to myself. That's like making a deal with the devil. So you better be careful what you agree to just to get the benefits of security. Because once you become emotionally attached to the situation, that trauma bond will be one of the most hardest things to break away from. Unless you go to God and really submit yourself and ask Him to remove you from the same thing that He tell us to stay away from, in the first place. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. Leave your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next video.